Hey VC, welcome back. This is Hub Tunes. I'm Mike. Few things just want to get out of the way. Thank you so much for all my subscriptions and my views and my likes and dislikes. You guys, if you like this video or this channel, please subscribe and like, hit the bell, all that stuff. It really helps getting things off the ground. Another thing, don't forget, I have my contest still going. I got another like 3 weeks, so I mean there's no hurry. I think I'm going to end it on the 28th, so it'll be one full month for the contest, and you guys win a $50 gift card if I randomly draw your name. I think we have about 14 people so far. Great videos, some great albums picked, really good stuff so far. So let's keep it going, and that's about it for that little housekeeping. I'm going to jump on a thread for Tales from the Mancave. It is 21 jazz questions for a thread for 2021. So let's just get this going. And hopefully this won't be as long as my last video, because that was a long one. So anyway, yeah, Tales from the Mancave. If you guys don't know that channel, check him out. He's great. He knows a ton of stuff about jazz. Obviously, this video is going to be all jazz. So let's get the questions going. The first one, an album that got you into jazz. Probably an album because I used to see this guy live every summer at the local kind of outdoor picnic concert venue. We used to go and we could get a lawn seat for $5, and that is Pat Metheny. I've seen Pat, I've seen the group, I've seen him with Lyle Mays, I've seen him solo. He's great. I mean, he's the musician's musician. This is American Garage. This was multi-Grammy winning. Terrific album. I still throw it on every once in a while. I don't listen to it as much as I used to. I really need to get back into Pat, because I do love his stuff. He had an album out last year that I really liked. It was nice. It was just, I think it was just Pat Metheny. It didn't have the group with him. So first up was an album that got me into jazz, and it was definitely this one, American Garage by Pat Metheny. Next question. First jazz album you bought. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that this is the first album I bought. It may be American Garage, but I can't show that twice, so I'm going with this one. The Mahavishnu Orchestra, Birds on a Fire. This is fantastic. I mean, if you like fusion, this is a fusion album to get into. We got... Oh, it doesn't have the band on here. Yeah. Oh, here we go. John McLaughlin on guitar, Rick Laird on bass, Billy Cobham on drums, Jerry Goodman on violin, and of course Jan Hammer on keyboards and Moog synthesizers. That's the Mahavishnu Orchestra, one of the first jazz albums I ever bought. Birds of Fire. Next question, show a Blue Note release. I'm going to try not to do any tone poets on this. I might as well just keep these on, because I'm going to be reading. Yeah, I'm kind of tried not to do any tone poets, because we all talk about tone poets so much. So I pulled out this Donald Byrd, Ethiopian Nights. I don't think this album gets enough buzz in the VC or played enough on record players. It is a terrific album. Absolutely terrific. This is a Blue Note 80. Sounds fantastic. It just kind of snuck in there, and I don't think people love this album as much as they should. It's fantastic. It's more of the late 60s, early 70s sound. A little funkier, a little soulful. You got Donald Byrd on trumpet, Harold Laird on tenor sax, Thurman Green on trombone, Bobby Hutcherson on vibes, Don Peake on guitar, who is really, really good. William Henderson III on piano, Joe Sample on organ, and Wilton Felder on bass. So it is a heavy lineup. highly recommend this. I want people to start raving about this because it is fantastic. Terrific album. We're show a prestige album. Okay, I'm gonna show one that I adore. Well, I adore all of these records. This is Two Guitars with Kenny Burrell and Jimmy Rainey. He's got Donald Byrd, Jackie McLean, Cedar Walton. This is a Japanese issue. It's live for the most part. It's on Prestige on the yellow label. Terrific. If you like Kenny Burrell and you like guitar jazz, this is a must-have. I've never seen it. I don't think I've ever seen it outside of a Japan issue. I've never seen one in the U.S. But yeah, this is a Prestige issue. Next, Show an Impulse release. This is one of my favorite albums. Another one I don't think people really know about. Soul Sisters with Gloria Coleman Quartet, featuring Paula Roberts. This is just organ-based jazz. She's terrific. On here you got... This is a wonderful album, and I picked this up for like $5, and it's on Prestige or on Impulse. You got Gloria Coleman on organ, Paula Roberts on drums, Grant Green on guitar, and Leo Wright on alto sax. So this is a terrific album. If you guys see this, grab it. Absolutely grab it. Soul Sisters. Great album. Gloria Coleman Quartet. Pick that up. An Impulse. Nope. Number 5 is Show an Impulse record. Ooh, I'm out of order. I knew that was going to happen. This is Prestige. I already did Impulse, didn't I? That was just Impulse. Okay, so we're doing Riverside. Show a Riverside album. Okay. This is Cannonball Adderley with Bill Evans. Wonderful, wonderful album. I can't say enough about this. This is one of my favorite jazz albums. Absolutely amazing. Just amazing. And it's Waltz for Debbie, Goodbye, Who Cares, Venice, Toy, the Clifford Brown composition, Nancy, You Know What I Mean. This is a Japanese pressing. And we got Cannonball Adderley, Bill Evans on piano, Percy Heath on bass, and Connie Kay on drums. Absolutely fantastic. And that's my pick for a Riverside release. Next is a contemporary release. Another one that I just picked up a few weeks ago. This is 4 by the Hampton Halls with Bernie Kessel, Shelley Mann, and Red Mitchell. This is on contemporary. It's S7553. This is a Japanese pressing also. Really cool California West Coast jazz. Really good stuff. Highly recommend that. Oh, my iPad just went up. Show a small jazz label. I'm doing this. It's not a super small jazz label. I don't know that I have any. I mean, I'm sure I do. I don't know. I'm going to show this. This is on Fantasy Records. Not a super small label, but there's some really interesting stuff on Fantasy. I don't think they get talked about as much either. This is, I've shown this in a couple of videos. I love this record. This is Duke Ellington at the Afro-Eurasian Eclipse on Fantasy Records. If you can find a copy of this, grab it. It shouldn't be super expensive, but they seem to be kind of difficult to find. But yeah, Duke Ellington, the Afro-Eurasian Eclipse. good stuff. The next question is something people should know more about. Okay, I pulled out two. One is my favorite jazz guitarist. He never gets talked about in jazz circles or the VC. I've never seen him. He's on Prestige. This is Pat Martino East. Pat Martino is a terrific jazz guitarist. He's a little more, he's not like Grant Green. He's not like Kenny Burrell. He's a little more in your face. He started in the late 60s. He's got a great life story. He actually released a few albums and then had a brain aneurysm. And it took him about 5 years to come back. He was in a coma for several months. Took him a while to come back, and he taught himself how to play guitar again by listening to his albums. And this is one of his earlier albums. And it's great. I love this album. It's got a little Eastern flair to it, and his jazz guitar work is fantastic. I absolutely adore him. I've seen him a couple of times. He's still alive. He's not in good health. I saw a GoFundMe for him about a year ago, and he was really struggling. I don't think he'll be touring again, but for a while there, he was showing up at many of the jazz clubs here in Chicago, just jamming. He is terrific. He usually plays with just a trio or even a quartet. But great guy, great jazz guitarist, Pat Martino East. This says Eddie Green, Ben Tucker, Tyrone Brown, and Kenny McBrown. Not familiar with all of these guys, but wonderful album. If you guys see this, grab it too. I mean, this is a $5 album if you do find it. The other thing, I wanted to talk about one other one that I think people should know about, and this is, I know ECM gets a little poo-pooed on, but this is a fantastic ECM. This is the Gary Burton Quintet, Dreams So Real. This is one of the ECMs. I mean, I have to be in the mood for ECM, but when I do, I always grab this, or something from Pat Metheny. But this lately, I love this record. Absolutely love this record. It's Dreams So Real. It's the Gary Burton Quintet. He's got Gary Burton, Mick Goodrick, Pat Metheny, Steve Swallow, and Bob Moses. Really good ECM. If you're gonna kind of delve into ECM, I would start with this one. It's a great record. So I'm already cheating. I did 2 on that one. Where are we at? Favorite record of 2020. I just showed this in a video a couple weeks ago. This is the Black Market Brass. This is Undying Thirst. This is great photo in the middle. This is modern jazz, a little fusion, probably a lot of fusion rock. Definitely my favorite from last year. The next one is favorite record of a discography. I love Herbie Hancock. He's one of my favorite jazz musicians, and Inventions and Dimensions is my favorite Herbie Hancock album. I adore this album. It is absolutely my favorite in his collection. I know that's probably not a popular opinion, but I love this record. And I love the cover photo, which is just fantastic. This is the Blue Note 80. Herbie, Paul Chambers on bass, Willie Bobo on drums and tumbalas. And Osavio Martinez on congas and bongos. So it's got a great vibe to it. I absolutely love this record, and I mean, it's hard to narrow Herbie down, but this has always been my favorite Herbie Hancock. Inventions and Dimensions. Next is a purchase from a brick and mortar store. I have a lot because I buy a lot in stores. I've said in previous videos I got about 10 record stores within half an hour of my house. So I'm always I also travel for work. I drive a lot. So I'm always ducking into stores and picking stuff up. So, but this is one of my favorite jazz albums. Another one of my favorite jazz albums. This is Sugar by Stanley Turner. Don't judge a book by its cover, I always say with this record, because it's an odd cover. But it's an unbelievable soul jazz, late 60s Stanley Turner album with Ron Carter, George Benson, and Freddie Hubbard. I mean, wow. It is fantastic. Definitely one of my favorite jazz albums. Where are we? A record a friend bought. Oh no, a record you bought online. This one. I upgraded to this is the Impex version of ESP by Miles Davis. I bought this online from Impex. Terrific. Sound quality is phenomenal. Impex is doing just fantastic stuff. Absolutely fantastic. Stunning record. A box set. I don't have any box sets, jazz box sets. So I mean, I do have Charles Mangus. You guys probably, any jazz fan knows this record. I don't know. It's great. It's phenomenal. I have a couple versions of this, but this is probably the best sounding one. So yeah, great. I got number 5,774 out of 6,000. So I got almost to the end there. Of course, I'm getting messages. I hate that. Let's see. Show a 7-inch or a 10-inch record. I do not have any 7-inch jazz records. I don't really collect many 7-inch records. I have maybe 20 7-inchers. But I do have some 10-inch records. I went through them. There's not a lot of jazz. I had some Eartha Kitt, stuff like that. There was some Peggy Lee I could have shown. I have a Victrola in the other room, so I have a bunch of 10 inches that I play every once in a while, usually when people just come over and they want to hear the Victrola. But I did pull this. It's not really jazz, but it's an interesting record. Many people consider this the first rock and roll record. It's from 1950. It's Archie Shibley and the Mountain Dew Boys, and it's on Gilt Edge. And this is a song called Hot Rod Race. And from what they say, and what I've read is this is the very first song that was ever written about a car. So that's why many people kind of consider it to be one of the first, if not the first, rock and roll record. It's an okay song. It's nothing to write home about. But I believe it did chart. I don't know. Did they have charts in 1950? I'm sure they did. So yeah, that's Archie Shibley, Hot Rod Race. It's a cool find. I've always kept it. I bought that years and years and years ago. Probably had it for 25 years. A recent jazz score. Oh, well, if you guys saw my last jazz finds or Sunday vinyl finds, I just found this in the wild. Yeah. Great. Absolutely phenomenal. Art Blakey, 3 Blind Mice. This is a Japanese pressing on United Artists. Name the players. Art Blakey, Jimmy Merritt, Cedar Walton, Curtis Fuller, Wayne Shorter, and Freddie Hubbard. One of my prized possessions. I love this record. So yeah, that's a recent find. Next question. A record you want to find in 2021. Well, this is easy. I didn't pull one. I really want to get the mobile fidelity of Bitches Brew. I don't have it, as you guys can see. I have a bunch of mobile fidelities, and I really want to upgrade my Miles Davis. I have quite a few of them. Bitches Brew is one that eludes me just mostly because of the price. I have a copy of it, but I don't know. I don't even know the source. It's not a DOL, but I mean, it sounds okay. But that is one that I am looking for in 2021, is Bitches Brew, the mobile fidelity. Next question, an upgrade in 2021. That's probably the same question. But this is an easy one because I'm getting an upgrade on it on Friday. We probably all are. Art Blakey Monin. This is a garbage copy. This is... What is it? Is it a DOL? I bought this a few years ago. It's Jazz Images. I don't know. It sounds okay. I don't know what the source is. Who knows? But boy, when the classic version comes out on Friday, I will be the first one in line to get rid of this. Free jazz. I don't have a lot of free jazz, and the reason is simple. I don't like a lot of free jazz. I like some. I think I've said before that I need a little more structure. I'm more of a hard bop fusion person. But I do have some free jazz. I pulled this. I think this is probably as free as I get, I guess. I don't know. It's a good album. Meditations by John Coltrane. On the Impulse. Woo. It's good. It's not really my jam. Yeah, I mean, the lineup. John Coltrane, McCoy Tyner, Elvin Jones, Rashid Ali on drums, Pharoah Sanders, and Jimmy Garrison. Meditations, John Coltrane. And the last question, Desert Island album. This was not super hard. Yeah, I mean, I could never narrow it down to one, but, and you guys know, it would be Unity. Larry Young, Woody Shaw, Joe Henderson, and Alvin Jones. Stunning. Absolutely stunning album. Probably one of my favorite jazz albums of all time. I'm taking it to my desert island. Yeah. I think you guys might have known this was coming. And I think that's it. Yeah. So that was 21 questions. Yeah. So that's at Vinyl Thread 2021. It's Tales from the Mancave. Check out his channel. I will link it below. As always, stay safe. Questions, comments, snide remarks, right down there in the comments section. I thank you guys again for everything and all the support. I am truly, truly humbled. And don't forget, I got that contest going. So you guys have a great night and stay safe.